So Palantir Technologies went down by 9% today, a huge cliff. But it kind of went through this trend for the past few days. As you can see right here, for the past 5 days, we had a downwards trend for this stock. Now it's already at $29. And the question is really why, but more importantly than why, did I sell my position or am I staying in? What the hell is going on with Palantir? Why is this happening and what am I doing? Real quick answer. So first of all, I'm always going to give you the bottom line first. I haven't sold my shares. I'm staying in. And why? It's very simple. I'm going to show you in a second. But essentially, I mentioned this before, but instead of me talking, let me just read you this little paragraph from Motley Fool because it summarizes it pretty well. Palantir went public via direct listing, which allowed existing shareholders to directly sell their shares to retail investors. This is different from an IPO, which a company sells new shares to raise cash. Now, what they're saying here is usually in this situation, the company self-imposes a lockup. They don't have to. The SEC does not mandate them to, but they impose it. And in this case, they also did a self-imposed lockup, meaning that the shareholders could only sell 20% of their holdings, as you can see right here. However, the lift over this lockup actually starts on the third trading day after the Q4 financials, which means in 3 days, or 3 trading days rather, after today, which means people are expecting a massive sell-off by the employees and the people who hold the shares, and that's why they're actually selling the stock right now, because it's clear that's going to happen in the next few days. The other reason is that if you take a look at the financials, you might just not be literate enough about what's going on here, and people might just see the bottom line here. So the other reason might be that people are not reading this correctly, and people might have just jumped over here and looked at this thing, loss from operations, and basically said, well, they lost more this quarter than last year's quarter, and also they lost more this year, like more than double this year compared to last year. So essentially there's a huge loss here and they're losing more. Why? But the reason is that this thing is called stock-based compensation, but it's right here, and it's actually there because it represents the actual stock-based compensation they actually gave out to the employees, which is real. However, it doesn't really affect the bottom line. That's why if you actually read the adjusted operating income right here, you'll see that their adjusted operating income in this quarter is 32%. It's positive, 104,000. So they went from negative 31% to a positive 32%, and most people missed that. They actually went from negative 45% last year to the whole 17% positive this year. And as you can see, the majority of this happened in Q4. So Q4 2020 was a massive quarter for this company. But most people missed that because they sold off based on the actual expiration of the lockup, expecting a huge sell-off, and based on not basically looking down at the adjusted income and basically seeing this. And once people start selling, the trend, of course, happened as fast as you can see. And there's a lot of short selling on this company. So there's a lot of things that led to this cliff. However, as I'm about to show you, this is a massive opportunity to buy more shares. If anything, I'm definitely not selling mine. I'll probably be adding more shares. Let me show you. What I want you to see is this little table right here, because this is really important. Check it out. This is 2019. This is 2020. So this is the revenue from our top 20 customers is increasing, meaning that their good customers are spending more, went from almost 500 to 660. However, while this is actually happening, look at what's happening on the client concentration. It's going down, which is a good thing. You want to have less client concentration. You don't want to be dependent on specific clients. So somehow this company is generating more from its good clients, but getting less client concentration. This is literally the perfect case of good management. Look at this. Average revenue per customer went up from 5.6 million last year to 7.9 this year. New customers acquired in 2020 generated 42 million in revenue, a new record for the category. Customers in the acquire phase in 2020 generated 77 million. This company is getting bigger and bigger, getting massive, and people are missing out on this. And look at this. 8% out of the Fortune 500 companies are their clients. 12% of the Global 100. Look at the Q4 revenue. This is Q4 19, Q4 2020. 40% revenue growth, quarter over quarter, year over year. Annual, 47% revenue growth, year over year. These are insane numbers, and people are thinking this company is losing money. Oh my God. And look at this. While they're expanding the commercial sector in 2020 Q4, government segment generated 190 million, which is an 85 increase year over year. New contracts, there's 77% in the government section. I mean, while they're ramping up the commercial sector, the government is actually growing as well. Look at this, 2.8 billion of total value of deal flow. That's a 24% increase year over year. And the company is growing on a massive scale. And here we got the really important stuff. 5-year outlook. We're talking about a 4 billion anticipated. They're not just saying this number because they wanna. That's what I think they can get as well. 4 billion in 2025. That's pretty much 4 times more than making now. And at this pace, they're going to get it. So bottom line, people are selling off because of the lockup expiration. People are selling off because they think it's bad financials. Both reasons are completely inaccurate. There's a lot of speculators in the market, and because the share went up so high, they're taking profits, and that's fine. But the long-term investors are not getting out. I'm staying in. In fact, if it goes down a little bit lower, probably will average down my cost basis as well, because this is a good opportunity for me to get more shares. Let me know what you think below. See you in the next video.